Hello and welcome back to Neil and Jan Resellers.
Hello, you started without
I
me.
started.
Hi everyone and welcome.
I'm Neil, this
I'm
is
Jan.
my wife Jan.
And together we are,
Neil and Jan Resellers.
yeah, and we buy second-hand stuff and we sell it.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Primarily.
Sometimes we just buy it and store it for a long time.
Yeah, primarily we go to car boot sales, pick stuff up at car boot sales and then resell it on eBay. Occasionally we'll do the odd charity shop, just haven't been to many of those recently. Months. Yeah. Well, primarily whilst we've got a boot sale, is the best place to pick things up, I think, for us anyway.
Yeah, it's done us good, hasn't it? And
so
our last boot sale was Ardingly at the South England Showground.
Yeah.
Which is hopefully in the coming weeks and months going to go undercover. But this week it was a beautiful day, wasn't it? It was really sunny, blue sky day, and we were out still on the fields, which was kind of dry underfoot mostly. But there were some big squidgy surfaces.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one time I was looking at something and I thought, I'm actually sinking a little bit.
And it was obviously, you know, the summertime boot sales can be pretty big. This was quite small.
Yeah, nowhere near the summertime
I
sales.
was actually quite shocked at the amount of stuff I managed to pick up.
Yeah, you did all right, didn't you?
So yeah, I did pick up quite a few items.
And in fairness, I got as much as I have done at some of the huge summer ones. Yeah. The only problem that we had with this one was when we got there, it was before 9 o'clock, wasn't it? It was buyers from 9 o'clock. Yeah. Or an early bird, £1 each at 9 o'clock, or early bird from 8 o'clock. For £5 each, and that would, you know, that would wipe out all my profits.
All your profits, so, yeah. I mean, so I think, you know.
So we, along with some other people in the queue, decided to wait, and we all grumbled a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, £5. I've not been to any others that charge £5 for an early bird entry. I mean, for the two of us, that's 10 quid. I mean, yeah, £1, you know, £1 at normal time and an extra pound for £2 for a bit earlier. That's kind of okay, but I think certainly for us, £5 for getting in early. That's a lot, especially when it's not actually a huge boot sale. Yeah, we are only really part-time resellers, aren't we? You know, it's we don't earn enough yet to we're
just
not doing a full-time
full-time
wage. I mean, yeah, if
we'd like to be one day, but at the moment it's kind of a hobby job, really. Yeah. But we love it, don't we? We have so much fun.
And
really
I certainly want to build it up to a full-time job, but it's certainly not paying that at all at the moment. Anyway, people don't really always want to hear that. Let's get on to some of the stuff we picked up, shall we?
Oh yeah, because this is the show and tell, isn't it?
It is the show and tell, yeah.
So it's going to be the Neil show again,
because
I didn't buy that much.
So, anyway, I'm going to start off with... I just wiped it. There was some dog hair. There was some dog hair. I noticed some dog hair.
All right, so put it back where it came from.
Yeah, my jumper. So I picked up this. This is a Coil Master. Basically, I didn't know what it was. What I saw was the toolkit, and I thought, well, that looks quite cool.
You like tools,
I like tools, and what I actually spotted, what I was liking, were these nice screwdrivers,
little ones,
which I thought would be brilliant for repairing cameras, and getting into cameras to clean up and stuff like that. And I really liked them. I thought they're really quite nice, good quality.
And it's got little forcep tweezery type thing. Oh,
someone's got a sale.
Yeah, I think that was me.
It's always nice to have a good sale, especially on
yes, it's a sale.
Oh, what have you got?
Oh, the hand beater.
Oh, the
whisk thing.
Excellent.
I got there last time we went.
How much have you sold that for?
I have no idea yet. I'm just having a look. Carry on chatting.
Carry on chatting.
I'll fill you in. I will give you a live update as soon as I know anything.
Yeah. So And then when you look at the other, so you've got tweezers and pliers in there. But then you look at the other side, this is all to, it's like a vape repair kit or vape make kit. I don't know if this is for making.
Please excuse, they've got a new toy and Reckless is telling people, come and play with me. Which sounds like growling and fighting, but it's not, it's an invitation to play.
Yeah. So yeah, this is actually a kit to do with vape. Oh, birds coming in. There's little electronic things to do with the heaters, the heater units, and then there's these other, I have no idea what this bit's for. But anyway, so I picked it up for £5, and then there's a wire, there's some kind of wire as well. So,
and it's got extra bits, looks as though they're cut out ready to pop out so you can put something else in.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but that's generically in all of them, so I don't know what. And then there's some kind of cotton, organic cotton. So anyway, the idea was that I was going to, I've just thought, well, for a £5, I thought that's quite nice, I quite like the tools, I'll kind of use those. And then I looked to find out that actually these kits sell for £30.
Whoa.
And I'm going to sell it. So I picked it up for...
Can't you just nick your favourite thing out of it and just say,
no,
missing only one thing?
No, it has to sell as the whole Coil Master kit. It's a Coil Master Type 2 kit. There's also a Type 3, but the Type 2s are selling second hand for about £30. So for a £5 investment, I'm going to be selling that one. But that's not a bad start. So...
I sold the hand beater whiskey thing.
You know, right, the egg beater, like the whiskey.
Thing. Yeah, that I bought for £1 and I've sold it for £11.90.
Nice.
Plus postage. But if I get it in the post today, it's still only £1 today, isn't it?
It is.
So talk quickly so I can get it wrapped up in the post.
Yes, we'll get that wrapped up in the post. Let's crack through some of these bits so Jan can get her, because I have to go and deliver it on the one wheel. Anyway, so moving on. Now, there was a guy who had, it was my third time round, I'd stopped filming, and let me find some of these other. I'll have to go through it in order, but this one just happened to be on top. I paid £2 for this camera. Now, I wouldn't have normally bought the camera because it is literally, it's a nice Fujifilm and it's in lovely condition, but it's only 2 megapixels. So 2 megapixels is not really great at all.
I didn't know they ever went that low.
Yeah,
Did they ever do a 1 megapixel?
Yeah, that was lower than 1 megapixel.
Lower than 1?
Lower than 1. But yes, so it's a nice little camera.
It looks like a brick.
It's clean.
It looks like something you'd lob through a shop window, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Well, not that I'd ever lob anything through a shop window, but...
But I paid £2. Now the thing is, the other day, I had a camera that didn't work, but the case that it came in was worth more than the camera.
And it's Fujifilm, it's not,
yeah,
not a...
I mean, this is actually quite, this has got a charge.
And it's in beautiful condition. It doesn't look as though it's ever been used, does it?
It's actually got a battery charger with it.
Wow.
So I might actually keep the battery charger. I don't know, that's actually a Fujifilm battery. And you've got the cable. So yeah, it's not the norm. It's not really that good at, you know, I mean the megapixels are really low, but when you look at, if I separate this up.
Was this from a house clearance person?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, because I was going to say that to me looks like the sort of thing that
I
would have bought from a dad years ago.
Yeah.
And then he would have opened it on birthday or Christmas or whatever, and then thought, I don't know how that works, and stuck it in the drawer and never touched it.
But this case, I reckon that case has probably sell for a £5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really nice condition case. So I've got a feeling that there's profit in that. Now, I'd looked at this, and the thing is, I'd already spent £10 with this guy. And the reason, let me bring up one of the cameras that I actually bought from him, was a Canon Sure Shot Z70W. Now, I picked one of these up previously. So it's got the box. It's got the little manual with it. The case is slightly worn, but the camera looks absolutely fine. Now, I currently have one of these. Already listed, and the price of them is about £70. And
what's that on?
I have no idea what the sticky label is.
Can I?
Yeah, it might be some charity shop thing or something.
Card safe attention. If the item is unclaimed or lost in the UK, please call. Oh, it's there.
Maybe it's from the airport.
It's some sort of policy number on it. It's an insurance thing. Mrs. Eileen. Oh no, I'm not going to read it all out, but that's who it belonged to. Oh. Because people of a certain age like to stick name and address labels on, don't they?
Yeah.
And that, I think, is an insurance policy thing.
So that's, I say.
But you've got your goog on, so you'll be able to get those off.
I can clean those up. That's not a problem.
Sticky residue off.
And so I say, pick this one up, and I know at the moment I haven't sold the one I've already got, but I know that they're up for 70 quid. I looked on the research tool on Google to see that they do sell for that amount when they sell. Even if I take a thing for 50 quid, the fact that I paid £10 for this one, and the other one that I had didn't have a box and the manual, so that should make it worth a little bit more. There was
absolutely
also what have we got here? We've also got a Minolta Riva Zoom. That's quite nice, really nice condition. So obviously the Sure Shot is a film camera, and this one is a film camera as well. But that's really nice condition. It comes in a nice case. So that was part of it. I've got a feeling that should be 30 to 40 quid.
Just makes me laugh because we used to sell all these in duty free. I've probably sold all these for people on the way out.
Also had a pair of binoculars. Now they're quite a small kind of pair of binoculars, these ones. How do you pronounce that again?
Practica.
Practica. It's a Practica Sport. It's got a bit of weight to it. It actually feels like reasonable kind of quality. I would expect to maybe get 15 for those, maybe a little bit more. I need to research the actual model. It can vary quite a lot to which model to actually how.
Another thing to go by is that's its case, and it's a really nice case.
Yes.
If it's got, you know, the cheap plastic bit of cord to go around your neck and a cruddy old case, but that does look as though it was a more expensive pair.
It does.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Can she come in?
We'll just let her in. And then we have this little one. This is a Fujifilm, and it's a 12 megapixel. And that's quite nice.
And how much did you pay for that? Well, how much did you pay for all of these?
Well, it was I think it was like hang on.
Was it
the binoculars? There was a bundle of those three. I think it was for £10 for those three. Then I think it was asked. I got £3 for this one, and I gave them a £5, and then I saw down the end at the end that there was like that one, so you actually get I gave him the £2 back to get that one, so for the whole lot was 15 quid. So I've got a feeling that just one of those will easily pay the 15 quid. So yeah, so that's my cameras. Jan, do you want to move on to
yeah, now this I actually had a look at and walked away, and I thought, not sure about this one, but I thought I'll walk away and I'll go and have a sit down and have a look at the comps on it. And
so then I went back up,
and yeah, I did. And it is a Mercedes-Benz car cleaning thing. Bottles are almost completely full. That one's got a tiny little bit missing out of it, but almost nothing. And these sell for about 20 quid, or up to 30 actually.
Right. And
so I thought, well, depending on what he wants for it. So I said, how much for your cleaning kit? And he said you can have it for £1. So I thought, oh,
£1? That's
£1
pretty damn good for
it's
£1.
in a nice little case. So
that's pretty cool. Well,
that was my highest value item.
I saw a lady with a Wii console, and she was after 50 quid. It had the Wii Fit board, had some controllers, and about 4 games. And I said, no, that's okay. I'm sure somebody else will get it. I normally pick them up for about a tenner.
And then you went and picked one up for about a tenner.
And then I went and picked one up for about a tenner. So there was this bag here. So you got the Wii console. It's got all the flaps and everything with it. There's then, now it hasn't got the back on this one, but I think I might have some spare backs. But you've got
a bit grim, is that?
That one's a little bit grim, needs a bit of a clean up. But it also has that one. Again, it's going to need a back. But you've basically got 3 controllers there. Plus there's 2 of the nunchucks. There is, however, when it comes to the cables to connect them to the TV, there's 2 of them.
Oh.
So that's nice. That'll always go into my spare stuff. That's really good. And there's a SCART lead in here, the power pack. Oh, actually, I don't remember seeing the sensor bar.
Yeah, because I can't remember if your amazing woodland find happened after the last video before this one. I think it did actually.
Yeah. So anyway, so that one hasn't got a sensor bar, and but I have got a spare sensor bar upstairs, so that's not actually a problem. So anyway, so that was 10 quid. Now Jan's just referring to a...
yeah, Neil had been taking something to the post office, and on his way back one day came in with a big box, and it was like, what have you got there? He said, I found it in the bushes.
Yeah, it's basically, there was a cardboard box that has been pretty much just dumped in the bushes, and bits of wires and stuff sprawling around the woods. So I quickly gathered them all up, and there was
it was full of treasure.
2 PlayStation 1 and 2 controllers. So there was 2 of those, and there was a PlayStation 2 power pack, and then there was just other random kind of old well, in fact I've got them. I've got some of them here. So there's like a power pack. There's a magic eye for the sky, so you can operate it from another room.
Yeah, it wasn't all bagged up like this.
No, this is all that
I've gone through it and
I've gone through it and cleaned it and seen what I want. So yeah, there was just some different power things, but some of it. So for example, there's I think it's one of these I looked up is like 15 quid. So once it's all kind of cleaned up, so I've got a whole load of wires there. I've got a couple of, I've accumulated a lot of wires from other boot sales, so I will be going through and looking up. But if you think about, you'd normally think, oh, it's only a bit of wire, but if you need a specific wire for whatever it is, you go on eBay or Amazon and try and find out how much it's going to cost you. A lot of them are 4 or 5 quid. So providing you check that they're good, and I actually also use a electronic meter to check that the continuity is the same from one end to the other end, so that the wires aren't broken actually midway. It's really easy just to get a continuity meter. But yeah, there could actually be some reasonable money in old wires, old cables, providing you clean them up, make them look nice, and check that they're actually okay and not broken. So anyway, yeah, that was a pickup from the woods.
Yeah, we're not above picking up other people's old rubbish.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was completely abandoned and not stolen stuff that had been.
In fact, we feel it's our civic duty.
Well, it's part
of
recycling. If there's
rubbish there, then we'll. Although I remember one time, years and years and years ago, I found a great big lump hammer in the alleyway next to our house, and I was telling my friend about it, and she said, "Well, have you handed it into the police?" And I said, "No, it was just laying on the ground." She said, "But it might have been a murder weapon." But I kept my eye on the papers, and there was no murders.
No murders.
I think somebody had just dropped it on the way through or something.
Right, I have a next. The guy who I'd got the Wii from, I was actually looking at the Wii, but I was also looking at, I like to pick up coffee machines. So I picked up this one.
Again, your favourite brand.
Again,
favourite brand from your normal one.
Yep, this one you get the pod goes, and this one's got a load of pods with it as well. So your pod pops in, and then you slide that in, and yeah. So
that's a DeLonghi one, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it? A Dolce Gusto again?
Yeah, it is. It says Nescafe Dolce Gusto.
Yep.
So yeah. So.
Oh, I like that it's got the red wire.
Yeah, I'm tempted because there's actually all these. I'm tempted to clean this one up and drink the lot myself, and then sell the machine.
Well, that one doesn't take up as much space as the other
doesn't. I quite like that one actually. So this one might end up in our kitchen for a little while before I sell it on. Just long enough to drink those, and then
just until they're gone.
Just until they're gone. So,
but they got dates on them. I mean, everything has dates on these days, don't they? Espresso caramel. Yeah, I can see you drinking that.
Yeah, I can see me drinking that too.
No, it doesn't actually have date on the thing. Not that I can see.
But anyway, so they're
But anyway.
They're
that stinks when it's made.
Probably don't. Well, you don't like coffee anyway.
I don't like coffee.
So anyway, so he was originally, I think he was after like 7 or 8 for this, and he was after, I think a little. I can't remember if it's a little bit more for.
But if you're going to make coffee, you could borrow this. It's another one of my pickups. This is a biscuit cup, and you pop the biscuit in there.
Fabulous cup.
I mean, they're just a novelty thing. I can't see anybody using these long term, and it's actually really thick because it's.
Can I move that right close up to the?
Because it's like doubled over china, so it's
That is like a really cool cup. So you're gonna pop your biscuits in.
Biscuits? You're only supposed to have one.
Oh no!
Not a chocolate one. You put a chocolate one in there.
I reckon I could get. I reckon I could probably get about 3 hobnobs.
You're gonna have to do the hobnob test, aren't we?
3 hobnobs in there, I reckon. And here we go.
But anyway, that was 50p.
That was really nice.
It's a little kitty cat on the front of it. So.
I reckon you probably get 10, 15 for that.
I don't know, maybe 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up for Christmas, it's the time of year.
Saying that, I've got to have a bit more coffee.
Silly gifts, isn't it? And then I also I just picked it up to look at it. It was another mug. It's just a standard mug. It is brand new. It's still got all the label on the bottom. Excellent. Although it doesn't have a price or... Oh, it's a Tesco's mug, a little Tesco's mug, and it's sheep and pigs and cows and I just picked it up and looking at it, and the woman said 20p, so I thought, well...
It's kind of rude not to, isn't it?
Christmas is coming.
If it was good enough to pick up,
well,
then
someone
at 20p,
like, you know,
I mean...
I might be able to get, you know, 4 or 5 quid for it. I'm sure Tesco's did originally. I wasn't actually going to pick up any more mugs unless I found some interesting one. Well, the cookie ones... Well, kind of interesting.
I picked this one up for £3.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's quite a nice one, actually. Also, we have a paperweight.
Echo's come to say hello.
Hello, Echo.
Hello.
Yeah, this is actually quite a nice paperweight. So I'll say for £3. Now, on the bottom, there is no marking on it. So it's not from any specific.
It's
not from a famous maker, but I think that's quite a nice design actually. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So yeah, paperweight, £3. Wasn't necessarily going to. Well, you know, if you see a paperweight at the right price, then I mean, I'm probably going to put it on for. I might put that on for 19 quid actually, that one.
Well,
see how that goes. It might go down a lot cheaper maybe, but oh,
and then my other pickup was I've been looking all summer long for a mirror that I can use to put things on for photographs, and I found that it's actually a mat, but it's a mirror mat. And that's exactly what I wanted, a nice, it's got the kind of beveled edges.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So that things like a paperweight,
yeah,
you can put the paperweight on and then they can kind of see
all the way around and yeah.
So that was what I was thinking. I don't know if you can see that on camera there, but I'm too far away and I've got
you can see it.
You
can see it on camera.
But anyway, that's your paperweight and my mirror tile.
Another thing, I actually missed this earlier. This was from a completely different stall, but I picked up a Canon, and this is a Canon Snappy LX, which is quite a nice little film camera.
It's got a filming by the look of it.
So you got a yes.
And I paid 50p for the mat, by the way.
I think I also checked that it's got batteries in, but it's kind of I think it closes up okay.
Yeah, I think I spent £2.20 the whole boots now.
£2.20. I spent.
Well, you paid for me to get in, didn't you?
I did pay
£2.20. But I paid the fuel to get there.
Yes, and have a look at that one. Needs a little bit of a clean.
Never heard of this one before,
but it feels reasonably. It doesn't feel that cheap. Feels like it's got a little bit of weight to it.
Yeah.
You know, some of them you pick them up.
I think this might have.
It has got batteries in. It's fine.
Has it? Have you opened it?
Yeah, I have. Just closed it up again.
It looks like it might be a bit corroded, and you've got a film in there.
Yeah. But that's okay.
But anyway, if you run that film through,
then I can say it's film tested.
Then you can say it's film tested, and
which is nice.
And there you go. But yeah, like you say, it's got a bit of weight.
It's got a little bit of weight. It's not a really cheap. Some of them, the plastic feels
it's
really.
A Canon.
And yeah. So yes, I'm quite happy with that. That would have been a couple of quid. I think that might have been like £1 even. But so that's quite good. I've only got 3 more items on it. Picked up another DVD player. It's a Sony.
No, £2.20 I paid out.
Okay. So we've got a Sony, and it's got the remote with it, so that's kind of nice. I mean, the DVD players, cameras and binoculars are like a staple for me. It's just, I mean, they sell. I mean, I still have some upstairs. They don't all sell instantly, but they do sell on a regular basis. So DVD players for a couple of quid, that was definitely worth picking up. And then one of the last things I've got is, oh, there's another camera in there. Hang on. There's a stereo. Picked this one up for £2, and
it's got a complete aerial.
It's got a complete
as well. It's
got the complete aerial. Cleaned up, that should sell for about 20 quid. So for 2 quid, even if I drop it down to 15, that's still pretty good, so off 2 quid.
Radio, DVD, and has it got a tape deck?
And a tape deck, so that might even go for 20 quid or 25 or more.
Yeah, hang on. I was just trying to read the front bit. Yeah.
So that's quite nice. Really happy with that. Nikon Coolpix camera. I think I paid £2 for that one. It's lovely red. And the other thing is, with this one, I remember checking the batteries, that this one is actually a normal battery one. So you don't have to worry about is there charging cables or anything like that, because it's off of normal batteries. So that will be really...
Has it got a card in it?
No, there's no card in it. But I do like the...
and what's the megapixels?
How many megapixels? It's got a 5 times wide zoom. It's not actually saying. You see if you can find that one.
Coolpix L29. No, it doesn't seem to be saying on here. It'll have to be on here somewhere. Well, don't go quiet,
or not,
because we've got people watching. They'll all be turning off now.
Yeah.
I do apologise.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just being completely quiet. It's just like,
we need one of those potter's wheels, don't we, for when we have a moment?
I'll just no, I won't insert a clip. Right, so I then saw this. It looks quite a mess, but this is actually a box of Warhammer figures, and I remember as a kid they did have Warhammer, and I remember that it was, I think, £3 or £4 for a figure, and I've never actually played Warhammer, but these are quite intricate characters, and they start off I mean, these are actually like a metal, and I don't know if it's pewter or something, but it's kind of some very easily melted and moulded, but they're really detailed, and then you can paint them, and then there's a whole games around these things where you move them on a board and stuff, and but I've actually got,
you know, you said that some cameras have less than 2 megapixels.
Yeah.
That's this one. It has none.
Has none.
No
Can't find any. Camera. Has no megapixels.
It's a beautiful little red Nikon no megapixels.
Nikon no megapixels.
I just can't find anything on there that says...
I'll have to find out. So we've got this little character as well. He's been quite well painted up. So these should be a couple of quid each, I would imagine. So I picked the whole box up for 5 quid, and I think there was like 12 or 13 of these characters. There's also some kind of moulding tools. Some metal moulding tools.
Oh, Neil, that's a bit of a... I don't know if it's just the way the light's catching
or whether it's cracked.
The screen looks as though it's blown in some way.
Oh, it might be.
Can't see any crack on it.
Yeah, no, you're right. You can see a blown screen.
I only just noticed that. But we'll need to stick batteries in and see what happens.
If it's a blown screen, then it's £2 that's dead. It's not a problem. It's not actually a great deal. I mean, it's a shame if that kind of happens.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with reselling. If you're going out and buying stuff in a field in the middle of nowhere, you look at some of
those other cameras. They haven't been tested yet, but yeah. I mean, it's all about. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's taking that chance. So yeah, so there's just a whole load of this Warhammer stuff. I mean, here's a
really nice little paintbrush in there.
I've done it. Yeah,
that brush is probably worth money on its own.
You got this little head
Citadel fine detail brush.
So yeah, there was quite a lot of Warhammer stuff there. I'll say for a £5, I've got a feeling. I had a little look last night, and I've got a feeling I may be able to get like £40 for this little batch.
Oh, is that one that is painted already?
That's one that's been painted up already. And you've got like a little... Well, I don't know if this one's designed to go on the horse. Oh yeah, that's...
So these metal?
Yeah, they're metal.
It's got some weight to it,
yeah, no, they're metal. So there's this little chap here, and I think he possibly goes on the horse.
Looks likely.
As a horseman. So you've got the metal bits, but then there's a whole load of assorted stuff in here that's plastic bits. As well as you get the mounting plates as well. So they have the little bit that slot goes into that you can then to get it to stand up.
Vector 100 for mobile phones.
Yeah, but it's got something else.
Yeah, I know it's got Warhammery bits in it. But it's a really unusual little tin.
It is, isn't it?
And I wonder what on earth it would have had in there. I mean, the mobile phone on the picture looks like a really old.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So I just wondered what on earth you would keep in there. It looks like it's something to do with an aerial. Perhaps you took the aerial off and kept it in the tin.
Then
if you wanted to make a call, you got your aerial out.
So what I'm thinking with these is I'm umming and ahhing whether to sell like this one and to sell some of them individually, and then to sell the rest as a whole lot and section them up. I think there could be more money.
Do we have any Warhammer experts viewing today? Because if we do, any advice would be...
Yeah, would love some advice on Warhammer. I've never played it. I don't know why I bought them.
Josh, I think, used to do these. I'm not sure, but
it's a case. Yeah, well, he might have played it, but I don't know that he traded
he used to do
in
the painting.
Yeah, but I don't know if he traded in them. We're looking at advice on trading and selling, whether it's a good idea. I mean, what I might do is I might clump them all up into the associated bits, take photos of it all, and then sell it all as one thing. But instead of going, look, I've got Warhammer stuff.
That wouldn't sell it.
That wouldn't sell it. But if I separate... That's
going to be all in the photos, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to separate it all out and take photos of individual batches of stuff.
Two people queuing up to come in.
Two people queuing up to come in. But yeah, so Warhammer is not my normal thing to pick up, but I kind of thought for a £5. It's a little bit like the jewellery. You get a whole load of the jewellery, and think if you separate it up, there's probably some money in it. And I thought that with the amount of the Warhammer, I thought, well, there's enough in there. I seem to remember it was a couple of quid for a character, depending on which characters they were when I was a kid. So I figured they probably haven't gone down in price. So that would have been from like 30 years ago at least. They must have gone up in price, or at least stayed the same. So
hope, yeah.
I figured that would be quite reasonable. So anyway, so that is my last item, and it not only that. I mean, if I clean the little toolbox up, that's going to be worth a quid or two, possibly. So yeah, so that is my. I say I actually spent. Well, I was going to say I spent 60 quid, but I had 60 quid, and I bought a £5 burger. Well, it was a burger with bacon, and it was yummy. Sunday morning breakfast burger with bacon in it is like, yeah. So I paid a £5 for that, and then I paid for me and Jan to get in. So so what was that? £53 that I had would have been something like that. So got some nice things, I think. I've got a feeling that there's a reasonable bit of profit. Apart from on this camera, which it does look, we won't be able to see it on there, but it does look like
when the light catches it, it just looks as though the screen's,
you know, on the screen where it goes black. So I can actually see that in the light now. But that's the thing. You pick something like that up. If it was working, it would, you know, that could be 15 to 20 quid. And now it's not. I may just stick it on for spares and repairs. I don't know if this kind of camera sells much for spares and repairs. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, stick it on and see if anyone buys it, and if they do, then you'll know that yes, it does sell for spares or repair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if I stick it, you know, I paid 2 quid for it. If I stick it on for 2 quid,
it's fairly nice condition. If somebody's got a really old battered up one with a good screen,
yeah,
and they know how to swap it over,
yeah.
It's got to be doable, hasn't it? It's got like little screws there, hasn't it? It could just be a case of unscrewing the black bit and swapping it over in.
I might even have one upstairs, actually. Who knows?
If you get bored,
who knows? Yeah,
you can have a look.
So anyway, not bad at all. It was a reason. I was surprised at how much stuff I got for such a small boot sale. Looks like you're looking at stuff to say.
No, I was just looking to see where the hand beater was, because I've got to get it out and wrap it up, and it's in G9. G9,
so we've got to get G9 down. So as that's got to get done and we need to get it in the post, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Anything else to say this week?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think we're done really. But
excellent.
But thank you very much for your company once again, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the bell so that you'll be notified of any future content.
Absolutely. If you've got any information on any of the stuff that we've been doing, drop some comments down below. We'd love to hear it. And also, if you obviously this car boot sale was in West Sussex, so if you know of any other car boot sales,
preferably undercover with heating.
Yeah, any other car boot sales that are going to be continuing in West Sussex throughout the winter, drop us a comment. Let us know which ones you're aware of and if you're still going to any.
And of course, if you see us out in the wild, I wear the purple hat, he wears the yellow one.
I wear the yellow hat.
Come up and say hi. It's always good to meet people.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Take care.